Telling tales about the music we grew up with so we can share it with you. The artists we saw, the music we bought, the way you can't do anymore. Music from the 70s onwards. So crank it up, let's set the tone. It's more than music, it's the life we own. Take it away, Fat Man.
Thank you very much, Toto, for your great introduction to another exciting episode of Mick and the Fat Man, Series 5, episode number 10. G'day, Mick. Happy rock and roll to you, sir. And how are you travelling?
I think I'm okay. I'm still carrying a bit of that lurgy that I had last episode.
That's not good. That's not good. I hope you get well soon. But I would prefer it if you move to the other side of the room.
I will. I'll use my microphone now.
Use the go if you can keep going. Don't no keep going, mate.
Is this far enough away?
Bit further.
Yeah,
That's it. That'll do. Thank you very much, if you don't mind. Anyway, that's not good. It is coming into winter here in Australia, and we are starting to see the lurgy appear. Interestingly, after we came back from Bali, I got quite ill from my wife, who had been in India and brought back some bloody dodgy Northern Hemisphere lurgy, so it laid me low for a good 2 weeks. It was very annoying, because I don't normally, I don't like being sick. It's very sad. No. So anyway, Mick, I know you have the Globite travel bag. We took it to Bali. We've brought it back, and it's looking a little bit beaten and battered, unfortunately. But if you wouldn't mind getting it over and just starting to just get to a few of those locks on there, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Just get that one there. There's a couple.
Let's get them all open. Yeah, click.
And then if you don't mind, grab that one there, because it seems to not be doing it. And there's one at the back there that you just need to get to. There, that's it. Good. What do you got inside there, mate?
Mate, there's not much in here at all.
Oh.
I thought
it's normally brimming.
I thought I put a lot more in, yeah. It's just a Post-it note.
Oh. What's
hang on, I'll just get it out.
It's not a dick drawing, is it, again? It's not dick of balls.
Oh, yes, it's Jeff Bezos' rocket ship.
With Katy Perry inside it.
It's Jeff Bezos' rocket ship, full of good-looking girls, shaped like a dick. Unbelievable.
Who does? Now, just quickly on that. Now, Elon Musk has got a rocket company, and Jeff Bezos has a rocket company. Elon Musk has launched the thing, I think called the Falcon something or other. He put fins on his rocket to make it look really sexy, and it looks great. It's a good-looking rocket. Jeff Bezos definitely is the phallus of the rocket world, isn't it? Yeah. What was he thinking to make it look like that?
It's quite extraordinary. If you're a multi-billionaire and you make there's always something phallic about the Saturn V rockets and what have you. But these two, it's. I think Elon Musk must be really pissed off with Jeff Bezos for taking the obvious next step, building a rocket shaped like a dick, filled with girls.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I know that Elon simply puts it into practice, with children with 37 women or something, so far.
Elon,
He practices it. He doesn't just demonstrate.
He randomly sends people Twitter saying, would you like to have a baby with me?
I got that, and I thought that was you.
That's Elon.
Wow. That's very clever, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that we digressed a little bit, but I just did find it amusing that a whole girl crew was going in a giant phallus.
Yeah. Luckily it was self-driving.
Anyway, what do you got in there for us, mate?
The Post-it note. It just says deep cuts.
What? Iggy Pop style? Like chest?
I don't know. I think...
It's not self-harm, though.
No, I don't think so. It does say deep cuts. And I was talking to someone the other day who told me that a deep cut is a piece of music by a singer or group that is little known in comparison to their other music.
Oh.
Something that's recognisable or familiar only to passionate fans, but not usually to others.
Oh.
So this could be interesting.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm up for that. I'm up for that indeed. So, on that note, sir, I think what we might do is we might move on to a bit of this caper.
Rock news. Everybody's talking about rock news. The fat man is bringing all the news and all the views. Rock news. It's rock news.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Is that Slash playing guitar there?
I think that's Slash. Yep. So we've got Toto, we've got Guns N' Roses, and we've got like the...
Well, it's not Guns N' Roses. Slash can't stand Guns N' Roses.
Oh.
I think it's just him.
Just Slash.
Guesting.
Just guesting on it. Something like that. Anyway, in my travels, as some of the things I do, I found a little bit of information about songs that are turning 60. Hit songs, that is, that are turning 60. Now, you are going to love these because some of these are some of the best songs I've ever heard. And a radiate I am. Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Oh, that's who I thought it was.
Sonny and the Cher.
Sonny and the Shirt. I love it.
Do you feel a little bit relieved that we didn't live through some of that stuff?
Oh, thank God. We can look back and think, wow, that was before us.
We can't remember the Stones, the Beatles, and some of those other ones, the Righteous Brothers perhaps. But I'm glad we missed the top 40 of that era.
It's the wonderful circumstance of being born a bit later.
Yes.
Excellent.
But anyway, so there's a whole bunch of really, that's like a 10-minute clip of songs that are turning 60. And while there are some good ones on there are some fucking shockers, I'll tell you what. Absolute shockers. Now, are you familiar with Toyah and Robert?
I am indeed.
Are you familiar with their Sunday lunch?
A lot of fun.
Would you like to hear them do their latest thing?
I would love it.
Well, here it is.
She sits alone, waiting for suggestions. He's so nervous, avoiding all the questions. His lips are dry, her heart is gently pounding. Don't you just know exactly what he's thinking?
If you want my
I
body
want it.
and you think I'm
You're
sexy,
sexy.
come on, sugar, tell me.
If you want my body.
If you really need me, just come on, sugar, tell me. So
Setting new standards for the Sunday lunch, isn't it?
To the bedroom now, honey. The wardrobe is waiting.
Good stuff, eh?
I tell you what, Toyah Wilcox, his wife, she's no spring chicken, but I don't know whether it's makeup or whether or whatever it is, but she's looking very good on that film clip indeed.
She is very fine indeed. Very fine.
And of course he's looking good too for a man who's been with almost everybody that we revere,
He is
as well as King Crimson.
He's looking fine. He's looking fine. Well, he must be getting on a bit too, I dare say.
It'd have to be.
Yeah.
Have to be. He was with he formed King Crimson in the early 70s.
Yeah, a long time ago.
He's with Bowie, Gabriel, lots of Eno, all in the 70s.
Yeah.
So there's 50 years ago.
Yeah, no, he was prolific in his time. Now, also, I've discovered this little number, which I know you're going to love. It's a little, you're familiar with yacht music, aren't you?
I am.
What if I told you there's a group in California called Yachtley Crew? So this group, good fun group, basically, formed in 2017. Bunch of dudes decided they really liked some of the what we call yacht music, and then they came. They call their puntastic name, and they don't really take themselves too seriously. They call themselves the Kiss of soft rock. The frontman, Philly Ocean, he's a Californian fellow. He mentions that the musicians who originally wrote and performed these songs were almost always prodigiously talented. And while the music is easy to listen to, it's notoriously difficult to play. When we started in this band, I had to learn how to sing these songs. Ocean says we were playing 3 hours a night. That's like 45 songs, multiple days a week. These songs are incredibly high, incredibly hard, and harmonies are really tight. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun group to see. And if we're in California, we might be able to pop in and see them sometime, mate.
I can't see too many Australians flying from here to the US over the next 4 years.
I don't think so either. In fact,
I don't think that's just to do with Trump. I think he's just unleashed the ability for them to be jerks. But I've always found, and I've travelled a bit, that US customs and immigration people are probably some of the most nasty, unwelcoming people that I've ever struck. Other countries, they even actually smile at you while they're checking your passport and making sure that you're not a criminal. Yeah, Americans, even before the orange buffoon, snarl at you and give you the look about, how dare you?
I remember going through Barcelona airport, and my daughter was in fact behind me. I don't know why I did it that way, but anyway, I've gone through customs and or immigration, really, isn't it? It's immigration. And anyway, I'm waiting, and it was probably only 2 minutes, but it seemed like a really, really long time. And finally she comes through, and I said, what happened? What happened? She goes, oh, they were passing around the passport because they've got the hologram of the kangaroos in there, and everybody was looking at the kangaroos in the passport.
Wow.
But, yeah, people, I saw someone the other day say, if you go into the US, you should take a burner phone.
Yeah,
so that, because
extraordinary.
I mean, what on earth? Are you kidding me? A burner phone? Yeah. And they're turning people around at the airport and sending them home. It's just insane.
Simply for writing something about Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good to see their Second Amendment rights are way out there. You know, freedom of speech is right up their alley, isn't it? No. Only if it's the speech we like. Yeah. It's just insane. Anyway, let's move on. Big Bad Bob Dimmery. I've gone on to page 310, Mick. Iggy Pop and the Stooges. The album from 1973, Raw Power. Produced by Iggy Pop. I believe he did the... did he do the engineering as well? He certainly did the producing. He did a lot of it. Probably didn't do the engineering, but he certainly did the producing. Yeah, and I think Bowie helped him a bit as well in post-production work.
Yeah, I think the balances are a little more towards Bowie than Iggy Pop, and there's all sorts of reasons for that.
Yeah, and the cover art's by Mick Rock. It's 33 minutes and 57 seconds of what do they call it? They keep it's got a lot of names, this type of music. Heavy metal. No. Heavy rock.
Yep.
What else did I see? Something like something raw. Where did I see? Something about punk in there as well. Anyway, give us a bit of a background on Raw Power, mate.
I like the album. I think it's not everybody's cup of tea, and it's certainly not, as we've talked about many times on this program, morning music.
No.
I imagine that if I put that on when I'm in the kitchen making the eggs on toast, I'd be hearing a screech or two.
I think you might. I think you'd be better off with Yachtley Crew than Iggy Pop.
Particularly this album. This is the thrashiest of Iggy and the Stooges' albums, and I love it. I think it's great.
I mean, he's got a reputation for having industrial sounds, and there's certainly some industrial work going on here, isn't there?
Yeah. It's like they've all got power tools.
Yeah.
It was unlike anything. Don't forget, this is 1973. When you've just played the stuff from the 60s. I've got you, babe.
8 years later, we got this.
Yeah,
8 years later,
Yeah.
we're listening to, like pop music, which is dominating the music world.
Yeah.
A little bit of rock here and there, but not much. And then Iggy's first 2 albums are a bit sort of nondescript, nothing special. And he goes to a new record company. He brings a new guitarist in, and voila, we have the new Iggy Pop.
Yeah. And then you got, look, 2 things that I thought when I haven't listened to this album for years, because it's
not.
And I thought, I'm listening to it and I think, yeah, this is all good, yeah. But think of it in 1973. I don't know that I listened to it in 1973. I don't think I did.
Certainly did
because it's not what we were listening to.
1970.
It's not what anybody was listening to in 1973.
We're in the first half of high school, like it was very early days.
Yeah, it's crazy. So people would listen to the Beatles rather than Iggy and the Stooges. Yeah.
And Iggy wouldn't have made it onto any radio stations that we would have been listening to. Not in a million years.
Well, there wouldn't have been a radio station where he would have played. Not in Australia.
Not in Australia.
No, there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
Forget wouldn't have been. Wasn't.
No.
James Williamson, you mentioned new guitarist. Screeching, metallic playing. But I listened to it and thought, oh, yeah? I can name 20 or 30 bands that play like that straight away. But it was great. Ron Asheton playing the bass like he's trying to bash people over the head with it. Ain't no reggae going on here. Scott Asheton on drums. That's really bashy drums. It's really good. And Iggy snarling over the top of it. Great. Loved it. Bowie had a lot to do with this album, had a lot more to do. A bit like Patti Smith with John Cale. We talked about Horses from the mid-70s.
Yes.
Iggy tried to rewrite the story a little bit here. It came out. He wanted a pretty harsh sounding album, and he got that, but it was unlistenable, according to some people. And it was certainly the opposite of commercial, totally uncommercial. So he's got Bowie, but before Bowie gets into the production and the sound of the album, Bowie's always been in Iggy's corner. Bowie knew Iggy, and they got to know each other in the same orbit as Lou Reed. The Velvets, again, another hated band.
Yeah.
The Stooges were about to break up because they were... no one was buying their records. No one was going to see them play because they're too bloody loud for what we hear in 1972. Bowie stepped in and he got his management company, MainMan, with Tony DeFries, who... If we had another 60 minutes, we might talk about Tony DeFries, but then they didn't know that. So Bowie got DeFries and MainMan to sign Iggy and the Stooges.
Right.
So he had proper professional management, so they could actually do what they should have done, which is play concerts and play things far too loud.
Yeah.
So songs on this album: "Gimme Danger," "Search and Destroy." Iggy already had a legend for being self-destructive, screeching sort of singer. No compromises, no borders, no barriers. And this album reinforced that. It's his idea of the sound that the album wanted to have was going to be very rough. It was very like a concert, where you can just turn everything up to 11. The production on this was pretty much that. Yeah. And in fact, after they recorded it, Bowie's had another crack at it and made it more listenable. Fixed up all the balances and the sound and so on, far more than Iggy was able to do. So Iggy was notionally the producer, but Bowie, he's one of these people who it seemed to have jumped into that aspect of his career quickly, learned a lot, and become very good at it. In producing a good sound mix. Did the same as he's done for pop. To Reed,
Yeah.
and produced commercial music.
And Iggy also had another shot at it in the mid-90s and did another mix of it again because there was, they didn't have a lot of time to do the mixing either. That was one of the things.
Yeah, break my heart. Yeah. Don't blame the producer for the sound necessarily. It's like I said, Patti Smith and John Cale.
Yeah,
she blamed Cale, and Cale got a fantastic sound, and the album, as it is legendary. Yeah, same with this.
It's legendary. I mean,
because Iggy's slagging Bowie, that became the accepted wisdom that Bowie cocked up Raw Power.
Yeah,
and it would have been a lot better if Bowie had kept his hands off it. So Columbia in 1997, as you say, released Iggy Pop's mix. And everyone went, oh, perhaps Bowie's mix wasn't so bad after all.
Now, something interesting I found. Williamson, after the Stooges had a hiatus, it would have been in the late 90s through to the mid-2000s, I would have thought, Williamson went off and, in fact, was an engineer, like a computer engineer or something like that. Worked with a chip manufacturer and actually made and designed computer chips for high-tech companies. Did that for many years. And I saw him being interviewed talking about how did any of your workmates actually know that you were in Iggy Pop and the Stooges? And he said, no, not really. Not really the music for nerds.
Well, he's certainly right on the money there, isn't he? Yeah,
but yeah, he had this huge career as working in Silicon Valley, in between sort of, and then the Stooges reformed for I don't know for how long in the 2000s, and obviously did a bit of touring and stuff like that, like everybody does. Once you get too old, you go back onto the road. Now, I did find hidden away. It's not really well hidden. Do you remember when Iggy Pop was on Countdown?
Oh, he's off his tits.
Off his tits.
Iggy, how are you, mate? Listen, welcome to the show. The first time I saw you was in Detroit a couple of years ago, live in concert. What's wrong? Don't you set me up, you behave yourself. Now listen, we've got to ask you some sensible questions. The first time was a couple of years ago.
Hi.
Was with Iggy. Will you concentrate on the question? Was with David Bowie.
Yeah.
Right? Very good friend.
No, you mean he played piano in my band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played a very low profile.
He was with me.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but you've worked together sort of record-wise, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on the slide, too.
I know. Now listen, with David Bowie, he's had a lot of influence on you, I gather.
Yeah.
In what can you answer these questions properly?
He taught me how to compromise.
Compromise in what way?
Well, he taught me how to, I used to...
Be a punk rocker and all that.
I used to be an outrage, and David taught me how to...
Not doing so bad. Listen, have you heard the new Lodger album by...
Anyway, he was fucking off his scone.
Absolutely, completely.
And then he went and did On Board, and he's just literally bouncing around the stage. Doesn't even bother using a microphone or anything like that. Just rolls around and sings mimes to "I'm bored, I'm the chairman of the board."
Oh, yeah.
It's just
But it's interesting that he references there in that interview the fact that Bowie worked
taught
with
him compromise.
Taught him compromise. But despite Bowie's compromising on this album, Raw Power, Iggy Pop then tried to continue the way that he was, and his career went down again until later in the 70s when he released Blah, Blah, Blah. Bowie had to take hold of him again and produce a commercial album for him to actually get on board the train.
Happy days. Anyway, Mick, that's Mr. Iggy Pop and the Stooges, and great album. Really probably launched his career, didn't it?
It did indeed, yeah. Certainly cemented what had come out in the first two albums. It was such an influence on Australian music. The more you hear the early Iggy Pop stuff, the more you can hear it coming out in Can you imagine Radio Birdman without Iggy Pop and the Stooges?
That's right.
Yeah. Can you imagine Rose Tattoo without Iggy Pop and the Stooges playing that sort of confrontational music, loud, in your face stuff. And Rob Younger, when we interviewed him, he identified Iggy Pop as one of his idols.
That's right. Anyway, let's move on, Mick. Why don't you give me a deep cut?
A deep cut. On a record, look, a deep cut is a song judged. Here's a formal definition. On a record, a deep cut is a song judged to be less commercial or radio friendly. Cut is a slang term for a song or track, and the term comes from the groove in the record.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean deep.
It's deeper if it's
it's
deep.
Some minute percentage of an inch, deep, but it's there. Traditionally, one of the later tracks.
Right.
If people listen to the first part of the album and then don't bother to get to the end.
Yeah. Okay.
None of the songs you hear on commercial radio are deep cuts.
Yeah.
At all. The tracks you don't hear in commercials, you don't hear when people talk about a band, when people cite songs as having made a band, you don't hear about these songs as deep cuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
They can be songs they can be old, that were played initially but aren't anymore.
Yeah.
And some of the ones we'll talk about today are tracks that don't get the mainstream attention that big hits do, but they're considered by fans to be brilliant tracks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I know that some of the ones we've got today, I think everyone will agree. And I know I keep banging on about the playlist, but the playlist is something that you got to listen to in tandem with this podcast.
Indeed.
Because the song will come up. Oh, that's what they were talking about with that, right? So It's really good. It's on Spotify. And if that's a problem for people, let us know. You just go. We know that you all listen to this on your phone,
but you can listen to it on Spotify free.
Yeah,
you just have to listen to an ad.
Yeah, which is not so bad.
It's not the end of the.
We did that for 40 years watching TV.
I mean, if you listen to commercial radio, you listen to a lot more ads than you will on Spotify.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, part of being a music fan, is feeling that you're part of something special. And we all like to know something about the people that we listen to that other people don't know or going to be impressed by.
Mm.
Yeah, uncommon knowledge. Some artists produce so much material and so much of it quality that the concept of deep cuts becomes meaningless. It's almost like a novelty, something unusual. Here's something that David Bowie did.
Yeah.
Oh, is that Bowie?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So deep cuts can also represent something in an artist's canon that is not what they're normally known for.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I've got a couple of those. Some artists, and I'll mention Nico to save you doing it.
Oh, thank you. Brilliant. Because she was on my list.
Yeah, I'm sure she was. Never attain a level of commercial success.
No.
And so the concept of deep cuts is largely meaningless.
Yes.
Since it's all a bloody deep cut.
Yes.
What about some favourites? I mentioned Bowie. Let's give you the first one.
Yep.
The Man Who Sold the World.
Sure.
Now, I would suggest that most people, if they've heard this song at all, have heard the Nirvana version on the Unplugged album.
Mm.
Great version. I love it.
Me too.
Yeah. It's a song about mental illness because Bowie's brother Terry struggled with mental illness through his life.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm struggling with getting close enough to the microphone here, so you keep pushing it all over the table.
I keep going back and forth because 1 minute you're up against it, go pop, 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 pop. Next minute you're back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right, I'll stay here.
You're a professional, Michael.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. We passed upon the stair. We spoke of what and when. Although I wasn't there, he said I was his friend. This album, the album that it was on, which is, again, The Man Who Sold the World, is the only one where Bowie granted other people more control over the album than he had. So Mick Ronson, who was, he just teamed up with Bowie, and he was a well-regarded session musician in his own right. So he had fame outside of Bowie, and Tony Visconti, who was a lifelong friend of Bowie, and produced some of his best work, and had a lot of insights into what Bowie was doing. But he let both of them control the album, so it's noticeably more guitar based, and a lot heavier than much of the other stuff that Bowie did. It's covered later on Unplugged, as we said. It was introduced by Kurt Cobain as simply by David Bowie. So no, where is it? Nothing like that. So you'd really have to know where to look to go find it even. Yeah. Interesting that Cobain covered that song, given his own struggles with mental illness and his suicide in '93.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting, isn't it?
It is indeed. It is indeed. Now, have you heard of a band, English band, called Roxy Music?
No, I haven't. Who are they?
Okay. They're an English band.
Oh, okay. What year were they around?
1972.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So there's almost two careers with Roxy Music. There's the first career, which is the fans' career, where people who loved Roxy's unusual take on everything, their ability to have an aggressive style of music without being, they're not Iggy and the Stooges. They're aggressive in that they're happy to play a whole lot of different styles of music and incorporate them into something new. Mm-hmm. They had an album. Their second album was called For Your Pleasure.
Yep. And
the title track from that album, funnily enough, was called For Your Pleasure.
Oh, who would have thought?
Yeah. So in many ways, this song sums up Roxy's early period. It's a very slow song. It starts off with a muffled drum sound. Dum, 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 dum. And as Brian Ferry's vocal begins, the piano chimes in. So followed by guitar at the end of the first verse. And both are treated, lots of echo on this particular song. It's really, really almost haunting the way this song plays. Underneath everything is this echo. Drums are the feature instrument of this song. For a band that was regarded almost as glam back in the period, and pop before pop became an insult.
It's almost funny that they were so far not glam.
Yes.
But in their early career, they dressed up and looked a little bit glam. And
you can see it, yes.
But really their music wasn't glam.
No, it was intelligent.
Yeah.
Yes. So, as I say, drums are the feature instrument of this song. Not like Ian Pace, but perhaps more comparable to Stairway to Heaven. Where the fade out of, half of Stairway to Heaven, which is a fade out, where John Bonham plays a fill. I won't bother.
No, don't bother.
No. As it's going out, and he just plays this run of 7 or 8 notes, and every time it's different. Same thing on this particular track. The Paul Thompson, the drummer, he doesn't change it every repetition, but every 3 or 4 it's something new, something different. The lyrics section only goes for the first 2 minutes 10 seconds of a 6-minute song. 6 minutes 51, so it's a 7-minute song. And ends with the fade out of ta-ra. Ta-ra, see you later, in a very dismissive English tone. Later on, it introduces a chorale-style vocal effect mixed with the rolling drums, indistinct words. So you know someone's saying something, but you don't know what, and then you can hear this choir. And the lack of clarity adds to it as you're strained to hear what they're saying. We saw Roxy live in Sydney, and they ended the show with this track, with the musicians progressively leaving the stage until only Ferry and Paul Thompson remained on stage, the drummer. Sound cut, lights out, end of show.
Yeah, brilliant.
It was, and it's not a song that most people would have heard because it's never going to be on commercial radio.
No, never. Fantastic song, though.
It really is, yeah.
Fantastic. Love it.
Now, last episode, we talked about Catch a Fire by Bob Marley and the Wailers and how they influenced a lot of bands.
Yes.
Police was one of the most obvious influences.
Sure.
And they did a song on Regatta de Blanc from 1979. It's a Sting love song, with stolen lyrics from other people, but that's by the by. But it's so reggae. Another clear example of white reggae rock, and typical of what's on the album. You know,
Yeah.
Very, very. They're probably the most obvious example of a British band that said, "Hey, reggae's the way for us."
Yep. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. So some of their some reviewers on release criticised it as being more sedate than their last. Than the first one, Outlanders de Moore.
Outlanders de Moore.
I think, bloody hell, yeah. What do you want for nothing?
It's an interesting jump, isn't it? Because like, if you think about Atlantis de Moore, it was probably a rawer album, less produced.
Yeah.
Regatta de Blanc is sort of the next step in.
It shows a progression.
And
Yeah.
better use of the studio, probably bit tighter songs, I would say.
Yeah.
And some great songs in there, Walking on the Moon and those sorts of things. But yeah, and this is a sensational song.
It's lovely. And the reference to Sting stealing is Sting stole from no lesser than poet than T.S. Eliot.
Well, if you're going to steal, go for the
top.
Go
Yeah,
to that
absolutely.
sort of place.
Yeah. So one of the key lines in Bring on the Night is "When the evening spreads itself against the sky," and he sings it even better than that.
Really?
Yeah. Hard to believe, isn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
think so, Mick.
And so in his later book about all of his lyrics, Sting says, what is it that Eliot said? Bad poets borrow, good poets steal. So Sting must be a fantastic
He's a
poet.
brilliant poet. That's great.
Yeah, it is, yeah. So that's a really, really nice song. I quite like it.
Yeah.
Joe Cocker. Yeah.
Big old Joe.
He did. This one is covered by many musicians in that soul field, and Joe applied his wonderfully rough voice to it. Many Rivers to Cross.
Yeah, great.
It's a supposedly lesser track on his album Sheffield Steel, which was before his. Which was after it, later one of his more normal career albums, after sort of bursting onto the scene with Mad Dogs and Englishmen and things of that ilk. Song's been done by The Animals, Nilsson, UB40, Linda Ronstadt, all different ways.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But the Many Rivers to Cross by Cocker, it really illustrates his voice. Yeah, and Sheffield Steel wasn't one of his most successful albums. It was a great album. I had it, but the fact, when you hear Many Rivers, it goes, Many Rivers to Cross. I'll try not to do any more of that. So it's lovely, and and I think you're going to enjoy that one. When he died, Joe Cocker was worth $60 million. It's not bad he got dubbed a cover singer because he didn't write his own songs, but then neither did Rod Stewart, except for he wrote.
Hold on. How dare you, sir?
I wrote Maggie Mee. Now here's one that.
Yep.
Queen 2, which is a pretty dumb name for an album, really, for a band like Queen. It's probably one of the only examples of a lack of confidence by them.
They weren't that successful at this point of their
No,
career.
they weren't. No. Queen 1 came out. It was an introductory album, had some nice stuff on it, but it wasn't great. Queen 2 is a knockout album. It's lovely. It's followed by Sheer Heart Attack, which was just an awesome album, followed by Night
Queen
at the
4.
Opera.
Oh, no, sorry.
Night at the Opera. So you can see that they were building.
Yeah.
But this album is great, and the song is Fairy Fella's Masterstroke. Not many songs are written about old masters' works. And the only other one that springs to my mind is Radio Birdman's Man with Golden Helmet, which was inspired by a Rembrandt painting. So this painting was inspired by a fellow by the name of Richard Dadd, who was mad as a hatter. He was a guest of the state criminal lunatic asylum at Bethlem Royal Hospital. He earned his place there through killing his father in 1843.
Yeah, that'll
he
happen.
murdered his father, actually.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah. Dan, you've heard the term Bedlam.
Yes.
This hospital is where that term came from. So full of nut jobs, and treated accordingly. And it wasn't renowned for practicing humane modern medicine.
Well, in that period of time, they used to have some very strange cures for mental illness.
They did indeed, yes.
Very strange cures, none of which worked.
Yeah, of course.
But, it wouldn't have been a fun place to be in a mental asylum in 1843.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. She's almost 200 years ago.
Yes.
Wow. Song was written by Freddie Mercury. It begins with a simple, quick harpsichord line, dun, 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 and describes the characters in the painting. The painting, have a look at it online. It's really, well, it's quite a detailed painting with a lot of characters. I was talking about it with my wife, and I said, look, it reminds me of Bosch. Not so much because Bosch was full of people being tortured in hell, but the busyness of it. So many different characters doing so many things in it. So it's nothing stylistically like Bosch, but it's as busy as a Bosch painting. And the song describes all the characters in the painting. And
There's a lot of characters in there, isn't there?
Isn't there? Yeah, it's very, very busy. The song's clearly a band song with equal emphasis on guitar and piano.
I know. Well, Freddie was an art student, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's obviously...
It's not unusual for a rock musician back in the 70s.
No.
Heavy rock sound with elements of art rock and progressive. And back when they were interesting, Queen had a lot of art rock elements in their sound.
Yeah.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame called this a pillar of grandiose, assaultive hard rock, which I've never heard that before, but I thought, yeah, that's probably pretty right. This song is not subtle in its approach. It's wonderful, but it's not subtle.
It's a good description.
Yeah. Roger Taylor said of the song, that's when we first really got into production and went completely over the top. So have a listen to that one, folks. It's really a terrific song.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nick Cave. What list of songs would be complete without Nick Cave?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Papa Won't Leave You, Henry. So this is from the album 35 or more years ago, called 1992, called Henry's Dream, which is a wonderful album. It moved Cave from the doom-laden gothic thrash of the Birthday Party through to, started his ascent to being one of Australia's premier lyricists and performers.
Gothic thrash.
Do you like that? Yeah, well, if you've listened to some Birthday Party, you would agree with that. All Music said that this particular song shows the band in fierce and fine fettle. And he described Cave's lyrics as a series of striking, compelling lyrics, again exploring love, lust and death. That sounds like Nick Cave.
Yeah, that does sound like Nick Cave, a lot.
BBC said that the song is a bona fide must-have for those with the slightest interest in the group. The Bad Seeds, which is still going today.
Yes, indeed.
The song that started the album, really that started Cave on his in his climb to the top, was Tend to Pray, two albums before this one.
Yeah.
And Mercy Seat was the first song there. So the BBC in their comparison compared this song in its effect to Mercy Seat, and I don't think that's a pretty sad comparison. I think that's great.
It's a great song, Mercy Seat, isn't it?
Yeah, they called it a knee-trembling, blood-boiling showstopper.
Jesus Christ!
I saw Cave tour the album at the big day out in '92, in January '92. I've still got the T-shirt.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got a photo of Cave in a tailored suit, sitting on a stool with a cigarette in hand. Unfortunately, my cupboard got some silverfish. And the moths got at it, and there's a 1 centimetre hole where Nick's head used to be. Exactly like someone's gone and burned out poor Nick's head. Just sad.
Kidding.
Just sad.
God almighty.
How about we keep it completely with the people that nobody's ever heard of, that I like?
Yeah.
John Cale.
You do have Nico on this list, I hope, don't you?
I've got, in fact, Nico, I've got everything.
Oh, that's right, you said earlier. Everything. It's just
everything by Nico, yeah. John Cale did a song on again, a very early album called, it's on the album Helen of Troy, and it's called Close Watch. It's proven to be one of Cale's favourites too, because he's done it repeatedly. He's done it on 2 different albums.
Oh, is that right?
And he's done it on a couple of live albums as well. So, first released 75, the album contains some of Cale's most striking work. Look, Cale's been credited with being an inspiration for punk. I don't know if that's true or not, but certainly his approach to music has not been without some interesting choices.
Yep.
This song, orchestral overtones. There's 2 different versions of it, 2 different studio versions, and the version from Helen of Troy, which I love, has a lot of his orchestra. Stuff that he liked from Paris 1919, a lot of orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
Helen of Troy, a lot of orchestra. But it's also got a funereal drum beat.
What?
Yeah. Dum, dum,
Right.
dum.
Oh, as in funeral?
Like a funeral, yes.
Oh, right,
yeah.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and it's one of Cale's more contemplative love songs.
Mm.
Yeah. I still hear your voice at night when I turn out the light and try to settle down. But there's nothing I can do because I can't live without you anyway at all.
Oh.
He re-recorded the song in 82 for the album Music for a New Society, which very astringent, that album, to say the least. And the version recorded then is very much more piano-based, but it finishes with a bagpipe and drum finish.
Okay.
Boom. Yeah, the drums that you find in a pipe band. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good.
And I mentioned before funeral songs, and this song is one of my funeral songs.
That's another one.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got 2. I don't think you can have any more than 3.
3 or 4. That's all I need.
Right.
That's all I know. I'm not here anyway. It's just to inflict my taste on other people,
If-
even after I've gone.
If I'm still around
Yeah.
and you die,
Yeah.
I will read this out for the people so that they understand about Helen of Troy.
What it's all about. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that's a good idea, mate. Yeah.
I'll do it like a sermon. I'll
Ah.
say, dearly beloved, first released in 1975 on Helen of Troy, the album contains some of Cale's most striking work. Some claim that on the strength of these velvets and early 70s work, he was one of the inspirations for punk in the mid-late 70s. I think that's a load of crap. What do you think? Think that'll go down well?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be great.
Yeah.
And everybody's crying.
Yeah.
And then we play it, and then they cried even more. Oh, it's great.
I think that's great. So echoes of Peter Cook's Bishop.
Yes.
What was that from? That was from...
Was it the show? Was it just their comedy show, or was it from a movie?
I think it was from a movie. I think it was from Love Actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever see The Hound of Baskervilles? Peter
No,
Cook?
no.
God,
I've seen clips of it.
it's weird.
Yeah.
Fun.
And by the by, for those who no one would have been party to our conversation about Derek and Clive.
No.
The week before last, and so I looked, and Derek and Clive, the language that they use on the album, particularly ad nauseum, using all of the words that Jeff's very fond of, but at a scale 10 times more.
I know. And that album came out when, do you think?
I'd have to go back and check.
80s or something like that?
Yeah, they were both pissed and just made the album because you can see they just break up laughing. But anyway, that's by the by, and it's only been sparked by me mentioning Peter Cook as the Bishop. But it's available on Spotify and Apple. So have a listen to
Ad nauseam.
Derek and Clive ad nauseum. It's rough stuff. It's hilarious.
And just particularly if you're into saving whales, you'll love the sketch about the whales.
Yeah. So what have whales ever done for us then? Nothing. They just swim around the ocean, sucking in plankton. Anyway, REM. Now, So Central Rain came from their second album, Reckoning. You've probably heard this album, but the title bears no resemblance to the way that it's delivered. It's really quite strange, and so for a long time I never realised what it was about. But it's the one where Michael Stipe is there going, sorry. Anyway, if you've heard it, you've heard it. Released in 1984 as the first single from Reckoning. They performed it on Letterman. Here we go. It used to be Rod Stewart gets an obligatory mention. Now it seems to be Letterman.
Now, just so happens, I have the Letterman appearance.
Fantastic.
And I'll play a bit of it for you. They actually do 2 songs.
Oh, what's the other one?
I mentioned earlier the Los Angeles Times just named this album one of the 5 best released so far in 1983. It's called Murmur. It's by a group of gentlemen from Athens, Georgia, called REM, and we're happy to have them making their national television debut with us tonight. Please welcome REM.
So they do Radio Free Europe, which I'll skip through. But look at them.
Oh,
they're so young.
Extremely young. Peter Buck, he's about 21.
Stipe's got hair.
Stipe's got hair, yeah.
Now, we'll just get up to where they come. Now, look at this.
Yes, sir.
Look where Stipe is.
Rapid eye movement, or is it other things also?
It could be anything you want it to. We found it in the dictionary, and it was short and concise and didn't particularly mean anything to us, so,
Good enough. You're from Athens, Georgia? Now, it's true that there are new bands coming out of Athens, Georgia, right?
Quite a few, yeah.
Now, why would that be? Why all of a sudden Athens, Georgia? Not that it isn't a fine community, or is it? Is it a fine community?
It's a fine college town.
Fine college town. Well, is there an explanation behind that?
Oh, yeah, there's a lack of anything else to do there. Yeah.
No, there's not. Who else is from there?
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, yeah. We have his album. We'll be listening to that a little later. But the B-52s?
Pylon, Love Tractor, Method Actors.
Yeah. But is there a reason for that, or just...
No, it's a college town. A lot of kids just trying to waste time creatively, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I'll take your word for it. And this album, The Murmur, it's very inexpensive compared to other albums, isn't it?
Right, they made it cheaper so we went with the price.
Is it working? Are people buying it?
Yeah, it's working fine.
What's the price of it?
$6.98.
And what is
Well,
it?
that's list. It should be cheaper.
Yeah. And what is the price of other albums?
$8.98.
So, this is, good. Well, that's a good idea. Why didn't they make them all cheaper? Yeah, no. Money talks, folks. Now, the song you're going to do now is I understand, is a brand new song. You want to explain the name of it or anything about it?
It doesn't have one. It's too new.
Too new to be named. All right. Are you gentlemen ready?
I guess so.
Okay. And if I don't get a chance to see you before the end of the show, thank you very much for being here, folks. Nice meeting you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, REM.
Interesting, they're both playing Rickenbackers there.
Yeah.
It's interesting. But it's funny. So Stipe didn't just sat down in the background in that whole thing, didn't talk at all.
Yeah, he's renowned for that. They're a band. Whoever was talking for the band.
Yeah.
And
just sort of I thought it was a bit weird, but anyway, it's another historical piece which we can put on the show notes there for people.
We will, yes.
Once again, it's not particularly good quality. There's a bit of a hum in the background there, as you would have heard, but that's their first television appearance, and with, as you said, the song that was played before it had a name.
Yes, exactly. It's probably the first song I ever heard by REM. Striking tone. I just loved it. I thought, I've no idea what this song's about, but I just love it. Yeah. And you will too when you hear it.
Yeah, very good.
Let's go to Lou Reed.
Big old Louie boy.
Yeah, one of your favourites. I know that.
Can be one of my fucking hated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that you've still got an album and a CD of Metal Machine music,
and I've got the video.
The video is striking.
Just black.
Yeah,
that's all it is, just black.
They turned the lights off and just filmed it. Yeah,
that's
absolutely
just fantastic.
There's a song called Street Hassle. He had an album called Street Hassle, and it is one of the most bizarre songs that Reed's ever done. Not bizarre in terms of unusual styling, but bizarre as in, what is this song about? It's a shuffling sound all the way through, very typical of Reed's talk sing style. The Track stops at 3 minutes 20 for about 10 seconds of silence before restarting with a shuffling string sound. And it's not John Cale.
Okay. Because I would have loved a bit of viola in there. That would have been.
That would have helped, yes.
Would have been fantastic.
10 minutes and 56 seconds long, so it's not a short one.
It's
not a single. Never going to get played on the radio. Divided into 3 separate sections. Waltzing Matilda, Street Hassle and Slip Away. The content is pure Lou Reed. Waltzing Matilda describes a transgender woman picking up and paying a male prostitute.
Okay.
Yeah, all good stuff. And you know from our discussions about Lou Reed that he had a 3-year relationship with a transgender woman called Rachel Humphreys.
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
I have told you that.
I don't remember it. Yeah. That doesn't mean you didn't tell me. But
that's fair enough. And she died in 1990, drugs.
Oh, really? That's no good.
Part 2 is Street Hassle. A drug dealer talks about the death of a woman in his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3 is Slip Away. Has a brief uncredited spoken word bit by Springsteen.
Okay.
Yeah. And it references Born to Run. So,
Okay.
So from 9 minutes and 2 seconds to 9 minutes 39. And the whole thing's a bit of a dirge, sung by Lou Reed about love and death. It's just such an unusual, awesome, captivating piece that no one will have ever heard it. Yeah, none of Reed's albums, with very few exceptions, set New York an exception, but most of Lou Reed's albums sold to fans. You know, they didn't have a breakthrough, they didn't have singles, they didn't have anything that you'd normally associated with rock and roll success.
Yeah,
and this album certainly keeps with that. 11-minute song. So a bit of stringed instrument playing through it as well. You know the one?
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I listened to it.
Oh, good. Aren't you a good lad?
Just to make you feel good.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a feel-good song, yeah. Summer, let's go down to the beach and have some barbecues.
Happy.
Indeed.
Lou Reed's happy, never happy.
Never
fucking happy.
Yeah. He's not successful, he's not happy. Successful, very unhappy. What about Warren Zevon? We talked about him last week, and we talked about Hit Somebody, the song about the hockey player.
With David Letterman. Yep.
God,
we got to get David Letterman in more. We need more. More David Letterman.
Well, he made a point of getting in rock bands, and not just your straight down the line ones that are right at the top, or American Grammy winners.
Yeah.
He made interesting bands, which is great. The song is a collaboration with Carl Hiassen, and I mentioned him last time when we talked about Warren again. It's chock-a-block with words, lots of detail, background lyrics, and as you say, David Letterman's there saying, hit somebody! Hit somebody!
I know.
But the lyrics, it's such a Zevon lyrics.
It is very
hilarious.
Very much so.
Buddy's real talent was beating people up. And then there's a talent scout who came up to Saskatoon to get Buddy, to look at Buddy and sign him to a contract, and says, there's always room on our team for a goon. Son, we've always got room for a goon. Buddy's real talent was beating people up. Oh, sorry, I just said that.
Yeah.
So it's important to say that twice.
Yes, because that's what the song's about.
Absolutely. There were Swedes to the left of him, Russians to the right, a check at the blue line looking for a fight. Brains over brawn, that might work for you. But what's a Canadian farm boy to do?
What's a Canadian farm boy to do?
His one wish in 20 years playing hockey is to score one goal. The rest of the story, listen to the playlist, and you find out how it happens.
Right.
It really is great. So, next one, Nico, of course, and I will put something on the playlist of Nico, but everything of Nico's is a deep cut, because she never really had the commercial success of anybody. Really, which is a bit of a shame. Now, Jeff, have you got any? You've seen what we're talking about with deep cuts.
I'll go through a couple. Now, probably one of the biggest hits of the 70s or the 60s, whenever it came out. It came out 60s, I think, late 60s. Galveston by Glenn Campbell. Massive hit.
It was.
Massive hit. Written by a fellow by the name of Jimmy Webb, who is, in fact, one of the great songwriters of the American what's that called? Well, the American
Industries?
In American
Oeuvre.
music, oeuvre, whatever, of America.
He could have written MacArthur Park and retired.
So he's done Up and Away, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, MacArthur Park, Wichita Lineman, and Galveston, and there's others. So anyway, in 1996, he released his version of Galveston. He'd done it before on a previous album, but he released this version of his album, and it's so different to the Glenn Campbell versions, which just is like a jolly song about a fella heading off to war and missing his gal kind of thing. This is the way the song is written, which is the reflective, personal rendition, minimal production and instruments, and it's always been described as an anti-war song. Webb sees it as a patriotic song, but who knows? I think it's probably better if he just said it was an anti-war song. I'll do another one. Kate Bush. You know I love Kate Bush.
Yeah, Kate, your girlfriend.
My girlfriend,
Yep.
my chickie babe. She produced an album called Ariel, a double album, came out after a 12-year absence when she basically took time off to look after her family and raise her son, Bertie. On there is a song called Pie, where she actually sings Pie to the 78th decimal place. And then she jumps up to the 101st decimal and sings it to the 137th decimal place. And she kind of likes it because she found it interesting singing numbers. However, I found this meaning on and you're going to love this. So what's happening here is someone, and if you remember, we talked about gematria.
Yes. Long time ago, but
Long
yes.
time ago. So Kate sings the first 78 digits correctly. There are 78 tarot cards in the deck. So these first sung 78 digits can represent the complete tarot deck. Then Kate misses out 22 digits. There are 22 major arcana tarot cards, and so she misses those. Gematria, the numerology of the Hebrew language, of the Hebrew alphabet, the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet are also have also been linked to the 22 key majors. Blah blah blah. Gematria, fucking weird shit. It's just singing. She's just singing the numbers pi, but someone has decided it's got to do with the numerology of the Hebrew language and gematria. It's great.
I know that she likes to sing about unusual topics, but she's off the planet.
It's great. It's a great song. I love it. Now I'm going to go to another one which is sort of mystical in its. So Pete Townsend, very spiritual kind of guy, not religious, but spiritual, into Mia Barber, one of the Indian dudes. So on his fourth solo album, which is called All the Best Cowboys Have Chinese Eyes, is a song called The Sea Refuses No River. It was widely panned as an album. So Robert Christgau, who we often have in 1001 albums, he's often writing things. He found it pretentious at an unprecedented level of difficulty. Such long words in such unlikely rhymes and images and martial arrangements of such intricate meaninglessness.
I find that about many of his reviews.
So anyway, it could be that it's about people and how the ocean accepts everybody, and we're all heading to death, and the ocean accepts everybody. Or it could be that Mia Barber accepts everybody, no matter what state they are in, and they are cleansed when they reach the ocean. It could mean that, or who knows? It could mean fucking nothing. So, but it goes, the sea refuses no river, and right now this river's banks are blown. The sea refuses no river. whether stinking and rank or red from the tank, whether the pure as the spring, there's no damn thing stops the poem. The sea refuses no river. So yeah, I love it. It's a great song, great album. Even though the critics thought it was a piece of shit. And interestingly, Townsend also has a really, really good recording studio in his home. So he produces a lot of like off-market sort of things. A couple of albums called Scoop, which are in some ways they're studies for some of these songs that come out in later albums. So you find a lot of stuff in those Scoop albums where he's using sort of experimental guitar techniques and things like that, and that will then later appear in one of his commercial albums. Now, I'll finish off with an album that, I don't know, most people probably haven't listened to. I don't think.
I think that might be a fair call.
I don't think even if they had listened to it, they've gone through the entire collection of the album, because it's reminiscent for me of the Ramones in those short, pithy, catchy songs that can be a bit offensive. Now, the TISM, I think, encapsulates everything about being offensive in a band. They used to dress in Ku Klux Klan outfits. They've sung, and this song in particular is called The Ballad of John Bonham's Coke Roadie, released in 1988. And obviously it's about a fellow whose sole aim in life is to satisfy his boss, John Bonham, and make sure that he has a steady supply of cocaine in which to be able to survive. Mind you, it is the songs are very sort of poppy, rocky sort of songs, short, 2 minutes, 2.5 minute type things, edgy without to say the least. And because once you get down into the album, you do get to Defecate on My Face, which is a send-up of the German Third Reich's fetish into toilets and things like that, apparently. True? Who knows? Don't know. But they basically talking about defecating on one's face. So
yeah, perhaps not.
But it's a good listen for a bit. You wouldn't want to listen to it every night because it might find it a little bit much. But they are a different band, to say the least.
That's probably a good way to finish off the playlist.
I think it is, sir. And I will say, we will say thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time. Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe. It's free. And if you like this, tell your friends about us. Also, contact us at mickandthefatman@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks very much. See you next time. Just a quick note, folks, that we will be taking a short break over the Australian winter to hide in our little house with our heaters going, and we will return in the spring with some more exciting shows about who knows what. Thanks. Bye now.